Yeah. You know what the only song stuck in my head is? Scoop, there it is. Scoop, have you
There
seen
it
that
is.
tag team commercial?
Scoop, there it is. Yeah.
It's Whoop, there it is.
Yeah,
No,
have you seen
they're doing it. They sold out and they're doing a commercial.
Right
about,
now?
like,
Yeah.
it's like, well, that's like
For
having
like
hip hop do
dog
a tag
cat
team.
litter or something?
No, it's like chocolate chip, Rocky Road, something cookie dough. Scoop,
there it is. Scoop. It's a Geico thing. It's like that's like having tag team as your ice cream dealer
to pick your desserts. Sprinkles.
Right.
Chocolate.
It's one of those nifty commercials that references something that was cool 30 years ago. And they need the money now.
They're hoping that if you were a child when that was popular, today you have some sort of disposable income with which to buy their product.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I've been watching a lot of hotel TV, and so that's been coming up a lot.
It's a nice looking place you're staying in.
Yeah, it's one of those new pretend ones that has like, it's like, ooh, it's new and fancy. It's got like purple sheets and high ceilings, and
that wallpaper looks like it's got texture to it.
It has a nice texture to it.
Yeah, this is for the people who can't see Jericho. He's staying in what looks like John Wick's hotel, the Continental. It's like it's very swank.
It's like a cheap version of that because like all the like.
I can't tell how cheap it is until you say it's cheap. It looks great from here. Good. Yeah, this is you're not part of like Instagram culture. You're supposed to be like, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me, and you guys aren't here for it. That's what you have to do for like.
Yeah, it looks good on camera. It looks like you could shoot
it looks good on camera. Movie. You gotta be like, this is 5-star luxury. You losers aren't living it.
You don't know what it's like to be me. I got
Take
silver.
a photo in the bathtub with your ass hanging out.
I wish there was a bathtub. There's not a bathtub. It's just a shower.
Who's that guy with all the models on Instagram?
Oh, Dan Bilzerian.
Yeah. How does he make his money? From jet skis?
Poker.
Oh.
He made his all money from poker.
I don't know anything about that guy. I just heard him derided in public, but from those two facts, he sounds like the coolest dude I've ever heard of.
I mean, he definitely has haters, you know, like I don't know much about him, but it sounds like anybody like that is going to have a lot of people hating them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, that's why I have so many haters.
We did the same joke, Derek.
They hate you because they hate you.
I wonder on the delay whose came first, you know, but we were both really quick on it.
Yeah.
Not me. Everyone loves me because I do not threaten their self-esteem.
That's why we had to get you, Boris, you know, because me and Derek intimidate so many men on so many levels. We needed you, the likable one.
But here's the thing, though, is that we approach that same concept from different angles. Like Jericho's naturally sort of like a little bit more esteem leveling for other people, whereas I'm actively doing it. Like Jericho's very nature, but like I'm more like, no, this is why you should feel inferior right this moment.
Right. Jericho's very friendly and warm, but he just is a big dude that people might try to hate on because he'll be like the life of the party at a bar.
People hate how liked on he is. I hate it. Everybody like asks me, they're like, hey, at shows, they're like, hey, Derek, you know, it's a great set. How's Jericho?
They're like, Derek's like not writing jokes.
And then that's how he becomes unlikable.
That's not true at all. I stick up for everybody that I like.
Behind their back, but to their face, you got to make fun. I agree with that. I'm similar there.
Yeah, for sure. Like everybody sucks in person, but like behind their, you know, well, there's some people behind their back I definitely don't like them, but I also say it to their face. So I don't care.
Right. But the people you like are the ones that like you'll be way shittier to their face than behind their back. When they're not there to defend themselves, that's when you got to step in.
Right. Like I had to. You guys know Michael Clayton. I had to. You know, like quit being so mean to him on Facebook because people thought I was bullying him. But I'm just joking with them.
Yeah.
Like, we're friends. That's how we fucking talk.
Yeah. So I went swimming today because I started getting I started getting advertisements in my social media feeds for fat guy t-shirts.
Have you been
The
like
big dogs or whatever?
saying fat out loud, or have you been like
Constantly, because I'm really fat. I've been bitching about it all the time. And then I'm watching Facebook or scrolling through or whatever, watching an insurrection and whatnot. And then there's some like Chaz Bono looking motherfucker on my screen telling me to buy a shirt that size.
join me
I
in the
love tailor ads,
Tommy Bahama extra large fashion line?
No, it's not even that. It's like it's black t-shirts for fat dudes, for rolly dudes. It's specifically, they're called like One Bone. Excuse me. And then it's like and it's just some leftist blogger who's like wearing a t-shirt that contours to his fat, no push-up doing body and just being like, I finally feel accepted within my clothes. And it's like, I'm like,
Well,
all
no,
right,
fuck
it's
that,
time for me. It's time for me to get back in shape.
Those have always been a thing. You guys remember malls? You remember the mall culture when we were younger? Do you guys remember the Big Dog store? Remember Big Dog t-shirts?
Don't.
Those were cool.
I remember Hot Topic.
Well, there was always a store at every mall. It was like that was
Spencer's,
the brand. It was like
also
Big
Spencer's
Dog, but it was another,
Gifts.
Big Dog, and it was
Big
like,
Dog.
They didn't advertise that they were like a big and tall store, but it was all like attitude t-shirts with these like Saint Bernards on them. And it was like, if you know, you know, Big Dog.
Big
But
Dog.
are they large sizes?
But yeah, they're large sizes.
Oh, well, that's why I wouldn't know about it. I was tiny. I was very small.
Actually, thankfully, when I was younger, I was much thinner, so I could shop at merry-go-round and Gap.
Oh no, I've always been like one size above what every store has. Right? So like I was always like a triple X. Sometimes stores would have double X, and I was like a double X/triple X. So I was always the smallest size at the big and tall store.
I actually relate to you probably more than either of us relate to the average person, because I was often a size below whatever they had until I found certain stores that I don't really shop there anymore. But when I first found like H&M, that was one that actually had shit that wasn't terribly expensive and stuff in my size. But
I'm
then
too big for H&M.
Well, yeah, even what happened was like some jeans would fit, and then a lot of their shit that would fit me length or width wise, my ass couldn't fit into, because I don't look like a little like French little boy, you know what I mean? Like
no, you look like a Ukrainian little boy.
Yeah, it's different.
That's right.
I got wider hips for the height.
Well, these shirts that are being advertised to me are H&M's. Because they're fucking for fucking fat fucks, and it makes me mad. So like now I smell like chlorine. I gotta get this off of me.
I bought a hoodie off one of my artist friends, you know, and he's like, what size do you want? And I was like, double X is cool. And he goes, man, I've seen you on Instagram and you've lost a bunch of weight. I was like, don't worry, I'm still long. Right, I might not be as wide, but I didn't get any shorter, dog. Okay, I'm still fucking tall.
Well, I used to be able to shop at Big and Tall and just be like, well, it's because of the tall part, but now it's both parts. It never do. So, Boris and I were in a sketch over the weekend, and I had to play a uniformed person. Yeah, I'm trying not to give away too much about the sketch. And because I got text messages I'm not supposed to.
That was my fault. I posted photos from set that I wasn't supposed to, and then everybody got text messages.
Oh, sorry. I did too, but
they don't follow you.
All right, well, I'm glad I'm not the only one. But
the producer doesn't follow Derek.
Right, yeah, nobody does.
We didn't know.
But anyways, I was wearing this uniform, and it was in a large belt, and they had to get this young lady from production to get like some strings and tie the belt like together and then like through the loops of the pants to keep it up, especially because I had to run too. And I think I got a hernia from running. Like I'm so out of shape. I had to wear dress shoes for this uniform. And then so.
Oh, dude, it was a photo shoot for Rolling Stone, right? And it was one of the very first times I was ever in a big production that had like craft services, and they had a makeup person and hair and style, and there was the photographer.
You just couldn't let Derek and I have our moment. We had a sketch, but no, I was in a photo shoot for Rolling Stone.
Yeah, that really caught me off guard too. I wasn't trying to interrupt this flow from it, but I was okay then. I watched Almost Famous the other night too.
It's a relatable thing. I'm just trying to relate to Derek.
So relatable. Yeah.
Being in Rolling Stone.
Oh, remember Boris when you were in Rolling Stone? Remember relating to that time?
It was just a thing for like, because there was there was a wardrobe person for this photo shoot, right? And they had me in a blazer, and they tried the blazer was fine because it was a photo shoot. It didn't close, but then they tried to put me in a fucking like 16 dress shirt underneath, and I was like, sorry guys, and the wardrobe lady was like, oh no, I got this. So I took the blazer off, and she cut the shirt up the back.
Oh, smart.
Cut it and then put two clips on
First Rodeo.
Yeah.
She was like, no, you're fine. You're gonna look great. And she like literally had to cut it into 2 parts so my fat ass fit in it. It was so fucking funny.
She's remember the time I had to do this with John Fogerty? Remember that relatable incident, Boris? Remember?
Back when I was in Teen Vogue with Bob Dylan.
I was in Golf Digest with Art Garfunkel.
You guys.
I would like to see like a sad montage from behind the scenes of a bunch of photo shoots like that, of people where it like looks great from the front, and then just the reveal of like the entire outfit being held together by stitches in the back. Right? Cut in half.
She's got bungee cords on the back of my fucking shirt.
Yeah.
Looks like Frankenstein. Oh shit. What was I just gonna say? God damn it.
Well, I was gonna ask, so have you been swimming a bunch, or was this your first time swimming?
No, this is my first time back.
Are you feeling it yet? Like your muscles on your body.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'm pretty tired. But I mean, it was an interesting setup because of COVID. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. The reason I'm going, my worst fear came true. Do you guys remember the 1989 Batman? Remember the original Tim Burton Batman?
Oh, yeah.
So when I played that uniform person, I sent the picture of it to a friend of mine, and they sent it back with a side-by-side of me next to, remember Lieutenant Eckhart?
Yeah.
The fat guy who the Joker shoots? And he put it next to it, and he goes, you have the same face as Lieutenant. He has no neck. He's just, I remember looking at him as a kid going, oh, it's just one of those fat alcoholic cops, character. And now I look like a fat alcoholic. I'm not even an alcoholic anymore. And I look like that guy. So yes, that's why I'm going swimming. And today is my first day back. I'm sorry.
Well, good for you. Good for you. Derek, you remember Boris, you've seen it too, but I know that Derek's a fan, but remember the version of that character in Christopher Nolan, Batman Begins?
Yeah.
It's played by that one actor who's like in fucking everything.
Sons of Anarchy and stuff.
Yeah. I always thought that, I was like, man, if that guy can work in Hollywood, I can work in Hollywood.
Yeah, unique plays more than handsome. That's why Boris was already on TV.
My Jew beard got me on. It was all homeless people and crackheads.
Oh yeah, you're in a movie you haven't even seen.
That is true. I should watch it just to give myself a check for 40 cents once in a month.
Oh yeah, I should watch it. Everybody go watch The Purge. Which one? Purge Part 5.
The first Purge, not literally
The first Purge.
but the one titled The
The
First
title,
Purge.
The First Purge.
I think
was number
it's the most
3.
recent one. Yeah.
Number 3.
Is
You'll
it number
recognize
3?
The
me
first
for
Purge.
just
I
a
think it is, yeah.
second when I say one line and then light a crack pipe that lights up my face, and that's when you could see that it's me and not any other shadowy figure.
They should make one called Purgin USA.
Where they send immigrants like myself back to Ukraine.
That's the name. That's the name of this episode, Boris. Purgin USA, but you got to do IN.
Everybody go Purgin, Purgin USA.
Now that
In our opening song, can I?
Yeah, right.
Maybe I'll edit it in. Outside, inside USA, get out.
Outside, inside USA.
Stay outside the USA.
Yeah.
Unless you want to do trade with us.
I did my first Tuesday. I did my first tumbling class, and I'm feeling it in my whole body.
Oh no shit! That's right. You're telling us about the tumbling.
Dude,
Yeah,
that looked rad.
Yeah, I did a backflip. I mean, I didn't really do it on my own. I had a spotter who physically helped me like spin all the way around, basically. But it was less scary than I thought it would be. But I spent the whole hour doing like just a warm up. I was already like winded, like dying just from jumping up and down and doing these warm ups we did. Then I finally caught my breath, and then you're just doing all these individual exercises that help with all that stuff. And I did not like my chest hurts. I didn't do anything that I can remember that even remotely resembles like a push-up or something where my chest muscles should have been worked out, but it feels like I benched just
That's
from
awesome. Fuck
That's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Was it fun?
It was really fun and a good community too. Everybody was like super supportive and cool.
Where was it at?
Brooklyn Zoo.
Oh, cool.
I'd never
Wait,
been
the zoo,
before.
like the zoo, like
No,
the actual.
no. It's like an indoor like parkour, like Ninja Warrior.
Oh, okay. So it's a business called the
gymnastics.
Brooklyn Zoo.
Yeah, and it's called the Brooklyn Zoo. It's in Bushwick, and it's just this big
okay.
space, and they have like
Of course it
adult
is.
classes. They got children's classes, all that kind of shit. I would give them a shout out. I had a good time, and yeah, it was like a good group of people.
The closest I came was I went to one of those. Where do the kids go for the birthday parties where they jump on the trampolines and?
Oh, I know what
Discovery
you're
Zone?
talking about.
Yeah, whatever those are. Like,
There's also like USA Sports. I think there's
Where was this in? Was this in South Carolina or was that here?
no, this was like last year for somebody's for a buddy of mine's birthday
Chuck E.
party.
Cheese.
We went to we took a bus to Connecticut to
Wow.
do this it was upstate, yeah, it was up there to do like this like Sky Zone not Sky
Yeah, one
Zone
of
because
those
that's like
things.
the indoor parachute thing, but like the
trampoline park.
the
or whatever?
trampoline stuff, and it was because you jump into that foam. I have not worked out so hard in my life as to dig out of that fucking foam.
I didn't do it, but I was warned about that. Somebody said you're gonna have like a serious time just getting out of it.
It was like quicksand. I kept getting like worse and worse in there. And towards the end, I had to have people help pull me out. And I'm like 300 something pounds.
Yeah.
And they're help having to fucking heave me out. And I was coated in sweat.
Was it an adult birthday or someone's child's birthday?
It was an adult birthday.
That's fun.
It was an actor birthday.
And he was into it, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because I have a
He's
friend.
probably in good shape though.
He is, yeah.
I have a friend who's like sort of a curmudgeon and like really is like, you know, resentful almost of being put into certain social situations. And so just like for fun as a joke, I told him this was like years ago, but I told him I was taking him like somewhere during his birthday that was like just us. And I took him to Chuck E. Cheese and we had like 10 other friends show up. And he was legit like hating on it the whole time. And then my other friend took his girlfriend's purse and put it somehow on top of the like glass case that has all the prizes in it with a metal piece down in such a way that it cracked the entire prize thing and just shattered all the glass. We like broke Chuck E. Cheese for all the children. As a joke for an adult, we like ruined the day for all the
That's so funny.
Oh, I love ruining a child's day.
Did you guys did they have Discovery Zone when you were younger? Did you ever go
It
to a
sounds
Discovery
familiar.
Zone?
I went to Catholic church, so yes.
Discovery Zone was kind of like the first version of those trampoline parks. It was just like a giant like McDonald's Playland thing. But it was huge. They had like zip lines and foam pits. And it was pretty fun. But I'll always remember fucking Discovery Zone because like it reminds me of when I lost my virginity. I had this
in like a
girlfriend
ball pit.
in a ball pit. Yeah, exactly. I had this girlfriend in high school, but we both lived with our parents, right? As you do in high school. And we were like, we never could like we tried to fuck in a movie theater and like, they kicked us out. We were trying to fuck in a park and like some bum came by. And I was like, fuck, when am I ever going to get to have sex? Like all I'd been working for my whole childhood, you know?
Right, yeah.
And I'll always remember the date because it was April 27th, 1997. It was my sister's birthday. And what happened was my sister was like, hey, we're going to go to Discovery Zone. You want to come? And I was like, no, I can't. I'm sick. No. And like they left. And like the second they left, I like called my girlfriend. I was like, get here now. That was like a 2-hour window. And that's
It's time for the Discovery Zone in my
right, yeah. It sounds like you entered a different discovery.
a different zone of discovery. And I always remember because like, you know, you're little, you're young, and you don't know like how sex works, right? And so I was like, oh, we should put on some music. And it was the 90s. So I put on Weezer's Blue album.
Oh, of course.
For some reason, I imagined Semi Charms Kind of Life.
I tried to fumbled with the condom. I don't know what I was thinking.
We put on Warren G and
nice West Coast.
A little Too Short.
Ooh, nice.
If in my school we didn't have Discovery Zone, we had the Scared Straight program. That was my Discovery Zone, was discover that you shouldn't sell cigarettes outside of out of your car trunk.
You were selling Lucy's in high school?
No. It's just like whatever various bullshit you could get fucking thrown in county jail for.
Right.
They took us there when I was a senior. They took us there. This is like, I think my problem is I've always felt I've been destined to be a fucking comic because comedians are the smartest dumb person in any room, right? And the epitome of that is that in my senior year, I took our vocational school to the state quiz bowl championship. Right? Like nothing says that more than like that, and like and I think that was actually just my peak in life.
Quiz bowl? Did you guys win the quiz bowl?
No, we lost terribly because I was hungover.
You don't need to be a comedian. You need to avenge yourself at the children's quiz ball.
I'll fuck those kids up nowadays. Actually, I'm way dumber now than I even was then.
Right, you used to be quicker.
Now I'm like, oh.
That was before 20 years of hardcore alcoholism and weed smoke. You know what I mean?
I would just go to every question. I'm like, that's gay. It's even worse now than when I was younger.
I can write a way better punchline than this correct answer.
You're like, you want to know that that's not even true, kids. You want to know the truth? Look up Operation Paperclip.
Yeah,
that's what I would be. Google MK Ultra.
Yeah. Have you guys looked into the clandestine operations of the CIA?
Yeah, you think that's really what happened? Look up the Iran-Contra conspiracy, huh?
Yeah. So I thought about this. I want to make a movie about a guy who makes a Terminator based on the movie Terminator. Like he actually just makes a Terminator to kill somebody. It's just based on the movie. So then when everybody has to go, hey, a Terminator's trying to kill me, they'd be like, dude, that's just a movie. It's not real. Like, no, a guy made a Terminator based on it, and like, boom, right there. It's like you have to explain, like, that'd be meta as shit. And
I love it.
Here's the thing is because like the Terminator idea is done with like the sending a Terminator back from the future. They've killed it. Just make a Terminator. Just make a Terminator because it's just a killing machine. It's just it's no different than like Michael Myers or Freddy Krueger. So just make one. That's all.
I like it. I like where your head's at. I like the meta-ness of it.
But you'd still need movie rights to the Terminator, right?
Well, let the studios and the producers figure that.
Yeah,
out.
that's another here nor there conversation.
This is above our pay grade.
In my fantasy world, where I'm spending my free time writing a screenplay about a guy who makes Terminators based on the movie Terminator, instead of telling my own compelling life story, this is a surefire fucking hit.
I smell a hit. It's got hit written all over it.
I'll be honest. I spent an hour today on a copyright infringement seminar for a client that I'm working for. And I know basically not any amount more than I did before I started the seminar.
Great seminar.
Well,
was that a
fucking thing?
It was that confusing, or was that not?
No, it was just that like literally at the end of the thing, the guy who's like the attorney for the company is like, and don't think because you listen to this that you're a copyright expert. If you're not sure of something, just ask me and reach out to somebody and confirm. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm no more sure than I was before. So I'm going to ask in the same situations I would have asked before this seminar, you know?
Right. Yeah, I get it. It's better to be cautious.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they just wanted to write down on their whatever legal shit that all of our employees watch the seminar and understand the basics of this. Like, it's probably a thing to tell their clients.
Right. Well, it's like one of those things. Like, you know, when you get a job, you got to watch that sexual harassment video. That seminar.
I made it.
You know what's funny? I actually literally did make it. I made 2 courses on sexual harassment training when I was writing and directing at Grovo. And here's the funniest part, right? Like some of it I got I was in a few of them too. And some of them I get like, you know, tried to have fun with and like did like weird shit with. And then I show up for my gig where I'm at right now, and they're using Grovo to watch their sexual harassment training videos. And I didn't have to take it. I just missed those, but I had to watch like security or something like that. Shit that I made, I had to watch. And it was like a hell of my own design.
I was like, man, those dudes suck at sexual harassment. I'm way better at sexual harassment than this.
Amateurs.
Those are amateurs.
Well, you know what? I bet sexual harassment's gone down a lot during COVID.
Yeah, you can't even sexual harass anyone. There's no one to sexual harass.
Yeah, it's like school shootings.
School shootings have gone way down.
I know that was the thing everybody was talking about because the NRA went bankrupt or whatever, and yada yada. Which I haven't read anything about it. It just seems like that's probably some shrewd like economic choice in order to get out of a contract to move to Texas in order to have freer operating whatever. It's neither here nor there. I don't give a shit.
I know they're being sued by Letitia James, the New York AG, I believe.
Cool.
So that's probably part of it. But guns are doing great. People have been buying guns like
they've never sold better.
Liberals buy guns now.
Like literally. This is the end of the world, man. You can't find bullets.
It's wild. I have a buddy of mine who lives in California who's like a very liberal guy. And he, for a year now, has been telling me about like going to the gun range and stuff. And he's such a typically liberal guy that I thought it was a joke. Like, I thought it was a bit that he'd been doing. And then like a few weeks ago, he like said something specific where I was like, wait, have you really been shooting guns? He's like, yeah, man, I told you I own multiple guns and I've been going to the gun range. I'm like, I thought you've been doing a bit this whole time as a joke because he's so liberal that I would never expect him to be interested or want anything to do with guns.
That's funny. Yeah, my mom, I told you, my mom, like 4 years ago when Trump got elected, she went full prepper, full doomsday prepper. And so she brought guns, and like I've gone to the shooting range a couple times with my mom. My mom used to hate guns. She was anti-gun. But she's like, everything sucks. So she got powdered eggs and water and a shotgun. You know,
Guns are kind of fun. I like going to a shooting range.
I like guns.
I enjoyed it.
Very fun.
Yeah, guns are great. I forgot, how did we get on guns? I forgot how we did that.
Prepping.
No school shooting.
Oh yeah, that was my fault. Yeah.
Sorry. Are you uncomfortable with discussing guns? There's nothing to apologize for. It's just
I just don't want to. It doesn't make for good comedy. Yeah,
okay.
I'd really move on to something.
I bet we can have a laugh about guns and school shootings, Derek.
I mean, yeah, for sure. Maybe.
One time I went camping with my boys, like me and the dudes, and we brought my friend's shotgun just for funsies, maybe. And I'm like, you guys at this point know me. I'm like always doing a bit, right? Almost always there's some sort of bit going on.
Even when you're murdering someone with a gun in the middle of the woods.
It's true.
Right.
I grabbed this shotgun, like literally pulled it out of the case, and I go, what is like? I was trying to explain gun safety, and I was like, like this. Like, what's this?
Put it in your mouth.
Loaded, and I shot. It was cocked and loaded. I didn't even check. And I ended up accidentally firing it, and I dropped it and shot it. I'm just so lucky one of my friends wasn't coming over the ridge. I would have killed him. That's funny, right?
Wow.
That's hilarious. No, no, trust me, that's a great one.
You know what that is? You will laugh at something like that after the fact.
I'm like,
no, honestly, I've done dumb shit with guns before. I'm not above it. That's for sure.
Oh my god, I have no ego left. The fucking world took any ego I had left. I'll admit, I dropped a shotgun trying to do the Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator thing where you pump it and then shoot it. I seriously pumped it and dropped it and it shot. I know. That was not gun safe. That wasn't safety.
I would do the Arnold Schwarzenegger twirl.
Yep.
Twirl the shotgun and then shoot it one-handed. Reload it.
Did you guys see the latest one?
The latest Terminator?
Yeah,
no, I wanted to though.
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah,
honestly...
that's the best campaign for Andrew Yang. Yeah.
I thought it was pretty damn good actually. They it tanked at the box office. I feel like because people had at that point lost faith in it.
Yeah.
And it was a lot better than whatever the last one was prior to that.
It was better than the last three.
It wasn't amazing, but it was fun, and there was a good amount of well-directed action. It was a fun time.
Yeah.
Was that the one with Linda Hamilton?
Yeah, they tried to resurrect it and whatnot, and they tried to update it, and it was fun, but it's because I was just actually listening to a podcast about this because James Cameron didn't own the rights to the movie for those three other movies, and then he finally got the rights back, and he didn't direct this, but he produced it.
So he had a hand in it.
Yeah, so he had a hand in it.
But he doesn't really do good stuff anymore himself. I
am not looking forward to Avatar. I didn't like the first Avatar.
I did not like Avatar either, and I didn't like Transformers and that stuff.
That was Michael Bay.
Oh.
He did.
Wait, did Michael Bay have nothing to do with Terminator?
No.
He had nothing to do with Terminator.
It was all James Cameron?
The first two.
What did Michael Bay? How did Michael Bay get his start?
Con Air. I don't know.
Con Air was
TV. He was like a TV car commercial producer.
I think I mixed up Michael Bay and James Cameron, if I'm going to be perfectly honest, since we're abandoning our egos.
I would love to see James Cameron's The Rock.
Michael Bay's claim to fame is that he met Megan Fox at a nightclub when she was 14 and put her in a movie as a sexy lady.
That's Transformers?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She was in the first Bad Boys.
Yeah.
Bad Boys 1 or Bad Boys 2?
I think it was Bad Boys 2, in the nightclub scene. I don't remember which one.
Yeah, she played a stripper as a 15-year-old.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. And when you Google that specific statement, the cops arrive at your door.
I heard Justin saying it on a podcast.
Yeah.
I loved Bad Boys 2 has that great scene in the beginning where Will Smith says the N-word a bunch, and it's one of my favorite scenes in any movie. It's so funny.
Well, why?
Because it's so funny. It's very funny. I can't repeat it. It's one where Martin Lawrence's daughter goes on a date with that kid, and they try to scare him.
I can't remember, but I remember.
I can't remember either, and that's why you need to explain why, because otherwise it just sounds like you like hearing the N-word.
Why don't you explain? Why don't you explain? And Derek uses his soundboard to bleep you.
No.
I don't have my soundboard this week.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. But no, it's a scene where like Will Smith or Martin Lawrence, his daughter goes out on a date with this kid, like a young teenager, and they try to scare him. And
cool.
Remember, and then he keeps calling him. He's it's urban. It's very urban scene. But it's delightful. He waves his gun at him. He said, "You ever kissed a man? Do you want to?" It was very funny.
I've mentioned this before, but it is kind of funny how in The Dark Knight, where Heath Ledger is always like, "Batman, you got to break your one rule," and then Batman's never like, "Oh, you just want me to say the N-word?"
That is my one rule. No, it's like the beginning.
And if that isn't his one rule, why not?
Yeah. Then you see Heath Ledger's like, "You're going to break one of your two rules."
That's funny. Yeah, the first scene in Bad Boys 2 is a very funny scene, but Will Smith does say the N-word several times.
I'll give it a watch.
You can just look up that scene on YouTube.
Not because of that. Just because I remember it was good and I haven't seen it in a while.
No,
I'm
that first scene is
interested
funny as shit.
in the new Serena Williams movie about their dad. Where Will Smith plays Serena Venus Williams' dad. It's coming out.
He does?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I don't actually know how old Venus and Serena Williams are.
Well, he plays it. He plays them like they're babies in the movie. The movie's about him. It's not about them.
Oh, I see.
It's about him. Yeah.
I don't know much about their dad. Character? Was their dad like their coach or something?
Yeah, and he was like a real like kind of bulldog for them, and a real like hard.
In a good way or a bad way?
Yeah,
like in a good way. Like I remember watching this clip of Serena, I think, was interviewing with Barbara Walters, and she said something about being like the best in the world, I'm going to be the best in the world. Barbara Walters kind of gave her a little bit of flack about that. And then, her dad leaned in and was like, she said that's what she said, and that's what she's going to do. So just let her say that and accept it. Like, stood up for her, gave her that agency. It was really like pretty cool.
It's not like a Joe. It's not like a Joe.
That's
Jackson
what I was going to ask.
situation.
And Joe Jackson was also going to be my go-to example of the naughty dad.
Naughty daddy.
He's bad, but you know what? He's bad, but it works.
Ooh. Oh, guys, we covered some real ground.
I'll take responsibility for that one.
Now it's also partially my fault. I'm having some earnest communication.
With who?
It's not important. So it's over with now.
Personal life shit.
Yeah. I mean, it's not even important. It's nothing really, but it was something that was distracting me for a second. So
are you trading GameStop shares?
No, I don't even know it. I that's what took me so long to log on to the Zoom calls, because you text us the link and I have to send it to myself in a Facebook message or something so that I can log in through my desktop. And so I always send it to my Facebook message. So I had to log into Facebook, and I try not to log. I logged out of Facebook. I logged out of Twitter. I haven't been on Instagram in days.
Just email it next time. That's fine. I can.
No. I'm not trying to mess up anybody's flow or whatever.
No, I don't care. I literally can email it as easily as I can text it.
But anyways, so I've logged out and I logged back in for 5 minutes. I saw everybody talking about GameStop, and I just logged right back out after I got the link.
It's an interesting thing that's
Jericho,
happening.
what are you doing? Are you typing your resume? What are you doing?
I just wanted to get closer to you.
Oh.
Look into those.
Wait, so
hidden
what's
gems.
going on? What's going on with it then? It's like
Tell us about
like
GameStop.
Reddit's inflating the price of GameStop.
Well, it's interesting. I'll give you. I don't know this deeply either, but I know it enough to know that it's a really interesting thing. What's happening is GameStop obviously was like a retail store that's not doing amazing, and
Yeah.
these hedge funds short sell the stock. Do you guys know what short selling is?
Yes.
So,
Not really.
Well, it's also really simple. Basically, it's a type of stock trading where, like, let's say you have 10 shares of GameStop, and I think the price of GameStop is going to go down. I can make a contract with you to borrow those 10 shares and sell them for what it's worth now, and then buy them back after the price drops and keep the difference. So if the stocks are worth $100 right now, I buy 10 from you for $1,000. They go down to $50. I buy them back for $500. I give you your stocks back. Now I have $500. And usually I pay you for the option to do that.
That sounds convoluted. No.
It's literally you're betting for the price to go down. That's all you're doing. You're borrowing people's shares and you're selling them under the assumption that when the price goes down, you buy them back, you give them back the shares, and that's how you make you're betting that the price is going to go down. But the problem
Right. No, I get it. Yeah.
So if the price goes normally you buy a stock, what's the most you can lose? It's zero. It's the price of the stock. You'll lose all your money if the price goes to zero. But if you're short selling, the price can go infinitely high. So you can lose a literally infinite amount of money if you fuck up and try to short something where the price keeps going up. So these hedge funds bet so hard against GameStop that they basically owe 130% of the amount of GameStop shares that there are available. So they bet against it so hard. They borrowed so many of these shares that it's literally impossible. There's not enough shares for them to buy back because they planned on the company going bankrupt, in which case they don't have to buy anything back. And so these people on Reddit are like, they realized that these hedge funds were doing this, and they made this movement to just start buying them and driving the price up. And these hedge funds are literally, the stock went from $3 to like 400. So these
Nice.
literally obligated to buy back. So this hedge fund, this fucking giant hedge fund, you know what I mean? These are people that normally like rip the rest of us off and own the economy.
Yeah.
They're getting fucked. They had to borrow like massive amounts of money because they literally
That's fucking hilarious.
Why do they who they borrowing the money from?
From another fucking hedge firm, somebody else that's bailing them out, either the government or another hedge fund.
It better not be the fucking government. I'm so sick of that shit.
Well, it already disappeared. They already tried to borrow it, and all they can do is short sell more. All they can really do is double down because there's not enough stocks to buy back. So all they can do is short it more and hope that that drives the price down. But instead, because everybody's like playing this game, and this is where we're at the limits of my knowledge, but basically the price keeps going up, and so they're like fucked. There's like a giant multi-billion-dollar hedge funds being bankrupt because a bunch of people on Reddit are like, hey, we can actually get together and fuck these people. And that's what they do.
It is pretty cool.
They're definitely going to make it illegal in some way or another.
Yeah,
I'm glad
there's only
Reddit
so much.
can do something useful.
Something useful
Besides dox people
other than
for their opinions.
People telling me that I'm so fat I should just kill myself. That's the only thing Reddit's ever done for me.
Oh, I've never even posted like a stand-up shot on there. And shorting stocks sounds stupid. I mean, like I get it or whatever. It's another scheme.
It is a scheme. I mean, it's
gambling. I'm sick of the schemes. I'm so sick of like, why can't we just have a system where it's like you extract one goes back in? I don't know. It's just like we don't have any standard of economy anymore. I don't want to get into it. It's too convoluted.
Yang 2024.
No, I don't even care about that. Like
you're right. I think you're right, but I think a lot of this stuff people don't realize is still really new and it's evolving in real time. And I think there's a lot of problems that right now are going to seem like fundamental or whatever. And I think in 20 years, 30 years, as all these things like evolve with the internet and everything else, it's just who the fuck knows, you know, like it could take us to a crazy place.
Cool. I'm still gonna be broke no matter what, so I don't give a shit. I'm just trying to do comedy, talk about how small my dick is.
Not if people support the podcast and Venmo.
Yeah.
Oh, here's our button, baby. At Bushwick Bears?
Bushwick Bears 69.
There it is. So they should do that and follow us at Bushwick Bears. Any other plugs?
I'm gonna be back in New York tomorrow. We're gonna party so hard. Fuck COVID.
I'm on that Arrogant Swine show that you were on last week.
You were on this week
at 8:30.
Nice.
So if you're
Maybe I'll
listening to the
stop by.
podcast when it's out Thursday, Friday at 8:30, I'm at Arrogant Swine.
7 train is down.
Just a warning.
Derek's like, I ain't going nowhere.
Stop trying to talk him out of it.
So I'm pretty mad.
Take a fucking Uber. You haven't done shit in months. Come to.
No, I take Ubers. I take Ubers to the shows I'm booked on.
No, not you. I'm talking to our listeners. I don't give a shit if you're there or not. 8:30. It's outside. There's social distancing. It's all lovely. I do care if you're there, Derek. Just not as much as them. No,
that's fine
as well. And also I plugged this podcast on there, so I'm gonna plug Without a Country with Corinne Fisher on Gas Digital because I'm on the one this Saturday. It was live already, but it's out on Saturday.
And Joe DeRosa, right?
No, he's gone, and that's why there are guest hosts filling in.
Oh, where's Joey D at?
Further on here. But yeah, there's like different guest hosts, and they're doing this indecision thing.
Did he go somewhere?
No, I think he just is doing other stuff. I'm gonna end the podcast, and then we can talk about it offline.
Oh, okay. Oh,
give us a follow, kids. Come on, rate.
Yeah, wait.
Rate,
I
like,
don't want to end the
subscribe.
podcast.